Breaking news, a police chase reaches high speeds, ends overnight in a Green Hills neighborhood.
And the woman behind the wheel is now in custody. News Channel 5's Dan Kennedy live off Gallatin Pike for us, where police say that pursuit started, and he just picked up her affidavit. So what is she charged with so far this morning?
Oh, she's facing a whole lot of charges. April Taylor is 49 years old. Some of those charges include DUI and evading arrest and also leaving the scene of an accident. It all started over here right off Gallatin Pike behind Mickey's Tavern, where they say she ran into the side of the bar, causing some damage, but didn't stop there. We follow the tire skids to this portion of the back parking lot and see this extensive damage to this dumpster enclosure. Even the driver's side mirror is broken off. Police say at this point, she then continued to drive off towards East Trinity Lane, where she almost ran into a police officer. All this before 2 o'clock this morning, and that's what began this pursuit. Officers in several different precincts then picked up on this, on the lookout for a black Chevy Tahoe. They eventually found it over near James Robertson Parkway and Rosa Parks Boulevard, where they tried to get her to stop, but she even at one point told an officer an expletive and then said, "I'm not going down like this." Well, fast forward a few minutes, and a little later through the police chase, officers put down spike strips. She avoids those. Eventually, though, stops on her own over on Estes Road over in the Green Hills area. That's where she then got out of the car while still smoking a cigarette and was taken into custody. Police say she had alcohol on her breath, bloodshot eyes, and was talking fast and erratic. Inside the car, police say they found alcohol containers and also potentially some evidence of prescription drug use. They are still looking into all that, but this morning, April Taylor is in jail and facing several charges, including DUI. And by the way, Nick and Amy, I've looked up her past record here in Metro. This will be her third DUI charge in the last 10 years. Reporting live in East Nashville, Dan Kennedy, News Channel 5.
All right, also breaking overnight, a man is in custody after a standoff with police at an East Nashville motel. It happened at the Days Inn on Dickerson Pike early this morning. Officers say no one was in danger and the suspect did surrender peacefully. He is now this morning undergoing a psychiatric evaluation. Also new this morning, a South Nashville home goes up in flames. It happened earlier this morning at a home on Tara Ann Court. Fire crews say the call originally came out as a car fire, but once they responded, they saw it was the home that was on fire and immediately called for backup. No one was home at the time. Officials say that the structure sustained water damage and the owners won't be able to live there now for some time. No word right now on what exactly caused that fire. Amy?
You've got to see the pictures of this fire. In Robertson County, a building is destroyed, and it's all because of a space heater. Smoky Bar News recorded this video last night on Bethel Road in Millersville. The fire was already fully involved when crews arrived. Right now, investigators believe a space heater sparked this fire. Thankfully, no one was hurt. And fire investigators are working to get to the bottom of this deadly house fire, double deadly, I should say, in Clarksville. Francine Jackson and her daughter, 18-year-old Latasha, died yesterday after they were trapped inside the home. They were rushed to the hospital but didn't survive. It's unclear right now what sparked this fire, but we are told there were several space heaters running in the home at the time.
A sad update this morning as we learned that Davidson County Sheriff's Deputy Joseph Gilmore has passed away. Gilmore died after a crash on his way back to Nashville from Illinois over the holidays. Sheriff Darren Hall says Gilmore will be greatly missed.
The future was so bright. I mean, I think everybody believed that he was going in the right direction and going to do some really good things. And it's just a terrible way to start off a new year. And we thank him for what he did, but I'm so sorry for his family. And his family here, these people are very close. They work there in his facility. You're working 12-hour shifts with people. And that's just a tough way to wake up and realize that life is that precious and that quick.
Gilmore had been on the force there at the Sheriff's Department since February. Now we are learning more about that officer-involved crash in Hendersonville. THP say that the police officer had minor injuries, was taken to the hospital. The good news is that she was treated and released. The crash happened last Monday night on East Main Street, right near Hendersonville High School.
And new this morning, there's a man in Hopkinsville facing assault charges accused of running over a woman on purpose. Happened back on December 21st in Mannington. Troopers say Michael Wolf ran over a woman after a fight. She suffered life-threatening injuries. Officers arrested Wolf in Hopkinsville on Saturday. The 21-year-old's charged with assault and carrying a concealed weapon. A suspected drunk driver is facing charges accused of critically injuring a woman and her 3 kids in a head-on crash. Southern Standard's reporting that Samantha Davenport had drugs in her system when she drove the wrong way down Nashville Highway last June in Centertown. Now the 37-year-old's charged with vehicular assault and DUI. She's going to face a judge a little bit later this month.
The brutal cold is causing some problems at one of Tennessee's prisons right now.
Its main heating unit is out. It's not working at Riverbend Maximum Security Prison. They lost hot water pressure Monday, causing its boiler to go offline. So right now there's no timeline as to when it's going to be fixed. But in the meantime, inmates are being provided with extra blankets. And TDOC tells us portable heaters are also being used to keep everybody warm.
With temperatures remaining obviously at dangerously low levels, water main breaks are keeping Metro crews very busy. One break after another. A pipe burst in East Nashville yesterday, spewing water into the street. You know, it quickly turned to ice. If you see a water main break, you need to report it. You can report and make the call to Metro at 615-862-4600. And an easy tip to keep pipes from freezing, especially at your own home: turn it on just a bit. Let the water drip a bit from your faucet.
Several shelters are open again right now for those who don't have a warm place to go. In Nashville, the Mission campuses and Room in the Inn will have extra beds, and there's an overflow shelter at East Park Community Center. A men's shelter is open in Murfreesboro at the First Baptist Church, with a women's shelter at St. Paul Episcopal. Clarksville also has some shelters open today. For a list of available shelters, go to NewsChannel5.com. And today, Metro Nashville Public Schools is going to be back in session, but officials are asking parents, send your kids to school with layers on today. With these extreme cold temperatures, heating units may not be able to keep the buildings as warm as usual.